In organisms called lichens, a chlorophyll containing partner, which is an alga and a fungus, live together. In organism called lichens are the organisms, or we can say it is a link which is composed of both algae and fungus. So in this lichens, what fungus and algae both are living together and both are providing benefits to each other. The fungus provides shelter, water and minerals to the algae, and in return the algae prepares and provides food to the fungus. So both are providing benefit to each other. That's why lichen is also an example of symbiosis relationship, or we can say lichen show the symbiosis relationship. Now, how nutrients are replenished in the soil? Means, have you seen farmers spreading manure or fertilizer in the fields, or gardeners using them in lawns or in pots? Do you know why this is done? Have you seen, like you would have seen, farmers are spreading manures and fertilizers as we grow crops in the field, so nutrient value of the soil get spoiled, or we can say it gets reduced. So what do the farmers do? They replenish the nutrient value of the soil by spreading the manure or fertilizer, so that the nutrient value of the soil can be increased. You learned that plants absorb minerals and nutrients from the soil, so their amount in the soil keep on declining as plants are absorbing the water and minerals from the soil, so the reduction in the minerals will increase. Fertilizers and manures contain nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. These nutrients need to be added from time to time to enrich the soil. So that's why, to increase the nutrient value of the soil, time to time such kind of nutrients are spread in the soil. These nutrients are nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, so that whenever you grow any crop, it can get the equal amount of nutrition for its growth. We can grow plants and keep them healthy if we can fulfill the nutrient requirements of the plant. So why we need this? To replenish the nutrients in the soil, just to get the better growth of the plant. Usually crop plants absorb a lot of nitrogen and the soil becomes deficient in nitrogen. So why it is necessary to replenish the soil with nutrients? Because crop plants absorb a lot of nitrogen, so the soil become deficient of nitrogen. You learn that though nitrogen gas is available in the plenty in the air, plants cannot use it in manner, they can use carbon dioxide. So why we require nitrogen to be mixed in the soil? Because nitrogen is very much necessary for the manufacturing of protein by the plants, but plants cannot take the nitrogen from the atmosphere directly. It is needed by the plants, or we can say plants can only take nitrogen in other forms. They need nitrogen in a soluble form, hence addition of fertilizer and manures enrich the soil. So how this nitrogen is being mixed in the soil? With the help of fertilizer and manures. The bacterium called rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into a usable form, but rhizobium cannot make its own food. So one kind of bacteria is there, that is rhizobium, which helps in converting the atmospheric nitrogen into other forms like nitrates and nitrites. But rhizobium cannot make its own food, so it often lives in the roots of gram, peas, mung, beans and other legumes and provide them with nitrogen. So here is another example of symbiosis relationship. As rhizobium cannot prepare its food by itself, so it takes a shelter in the root nodules of leguminous plants. So what it do? It provides nitrogen in other forms to the plants, and plants give food to this rhizobium. So we can say that plant and rhizobium are showing the symbiosis relationship. They thus have a symbiotic relationship. This association is of great significance for the farmers. They can reduce the use of nitrogenous fertilizer where leguminous plants are there. So this is a very good help to the farmers, as it is being naturally converted into other forms. So we can say that rhizobium bacteria is very helpful for the farmers. Most of the pulses are obtained from leguminous plants. What kind of leguminous plants are? Leguminous plants are the plants which provide pulses. In this chapter, you learned that most of the plants are autotrophs, only a few plants are parasitic or saprotrophic. They derive nutrition from other organisms. All organisms are categorized as heterotrophs. They depend on plants and animals for food. Can we say the insectivorous plants are part partial heterotrophs. So in this chapter we read about mode of nutrition. Mainly the mode of nutrition is of two kind. Number one is the autotrophic mode of nutrition and the second is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic mode of nutrition means it is only done by the green plants, which prepare their food by themselves with the help of the process photosynthesis. And heterotrophic mode of nutrition means in which living organism is dependent on plants or animals directly or indirectly. Parasitic mode of nutrition and saprophytic mode of nutrition, these both comes in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, or we can say these both are the parts of heterotrophic mode of nutrition.